I'm the Lord of the hero for long time. Oh, they say nothing of the cocoa. Lord, burn in death. I'm the Lord of the meantime. What an empire. Oh, what an empire. But in the TV, oh, I see your face again. But in the TV, I'm still out of that hero. Oh, I went to a dance, I'm in the last I get to do today, I returned me down. He said, I'm for the young man. I returned me down. I'm the man in my man. But in the TV, you will not be there. You go to that song. Come on, people.
There are some people who immediately lost the right to say one more. For them sit down, they tiff like a buckra. And now I'm going to talk about one more. And them couldn't even sing, come make me hold your hand. Their mouth couldn't make the words. What did they want us to say? I'd like to touch your phalanges. Would they like us to sing minus feathers, the crow sits in the canopy, masticating blossoms? Let us perambulate and palaver. Did I sing it like that? No, would I see them come up here? And me say me know why some other people never come here no. For when foot down a Orange Street, I sell them buy 2 left foot. And Mr. Bartley, you know, you may talk still. How they do, how they do, how they do, how they do. Wonderful. I have a little secret to share, and the secret is that you see these chairs that look like nobody not in there. All our ancestors are sitting in there. And if you come a little closer, they would like to have you sit in their laps. So I am inviting you to come down and fill up the spaces in the front, please. Come in, my little ones, come in. Come into my Father's house. Come down, come down. Come in, my little ones. Come in, my pretty ones. Come into my Father's house. All pretty people, come to the front. Come in, my little ones. Come in. Come into my Father's house. No man, more pretty people than this inside. My little ones. Come in, my pretty ones. Come into my Father's house. Better still, I'd like to invite you to fill up this center right here. So when the pictures are took, we will be able to say the place was packed to capacity. They don't have to see the two flanks. They only have to see the middle. Black X, come over to the middle, please. Now if I start call out on the name, man. All you pretty people. Miss Lou's brought her children. Yes, please, come over. You're going to see how it feels nice when we get closer together. Come in, my little ones. Come in, Miss Father's house. Come in, my little ones. Come in, my pretty ones. Come into my Father's house. Culture George, ever sing now? Come in, my little ones. Come in. Come into my Father's house. Come in, my little ones. Come in, my pretty ones. Come into my Father's house. Clap yourself, you're wonderful. Thank you, Culture George. Make a tell us something. Feel me farms in up here. How it go again, who know it? Big daughter Suda teach. And when rain fall, our pastor sing. Michael record preach.
And God is abundant. And God is harmony. And above all, God is love. And we open our hearts, we open our minds here and now in this precious moment, this sacred moment of God. And we allow the blessings of God pour into our hearts, into our minds, into our spirits, into this sacred place where we remember and honor one of our beloved Jamaica, Miss Lou's birthday. And we feel that love filling the entire space as it fills our hearts and minds. And we know that because we are open and receptive to all the blessings of God's love pouring into our hearts, this reception, this birthday party of ours is a wonderful, beautiful experience in the mind of God. I know this, I believe this. And giving thanks for our presence, giving thanks for our unity in this moment, I release my words into the Lord now. And I give thanks that as I have spoken, it is so. Amen. Amen. Amen.
All right, so now I can say, ladies and gentlemen, horses and cars, I come before you to stand behind you, to tell you a tale I know nothing of. Tomorrow morning I went to the theater. You know, we can't find the point there, but Miss Lou have a poem in the spirit of tea meeting. It's not in this book. For me, I look for it, you know. And make it look like, say, I know me one bright. Speechify. All right. Let us go. You clapper. Miss Scholar. Because I know that Miss which page? You come and look while I continue to speechify. Yes. There is something in the culture called speechifying. Yes, where we speechify. And if you think is not true, clap me still. Then Mr. Culture Judge, and Mr. Culture Judge, even things there now. And that is Miss Lou saying, if you really talk the thing in the right way. Young ladies and young gentlemen. Now, a long time Miss Lou write this poem, you know. But I want you to listen very carefully to the next line. For the next line is very 2024. Young ladies and young gentlemen. It's not me say it is Miss Lou Wright and others in the room. Others in the room. Mas Charlie, Auntie Mary, Mr. Bride and Mr. Groom. Let I take in hand wine glasses. Let I fill it to the tip, while Miss Clement share the cakes. Let I rise and let I sip. The cakes are going to be served later. We shall all rise and we shall sip. But for now, as we are gathered in remembrance and celebration of Miss Lou's 105, we're going to count to 105. And when we reach 105, we're going to say hip hip. Hooray. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1 and 20, 2 and 20, 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 20, 27, 28, 29, 30, 1 and 30, 2 and 30, 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 30, 37, 38, 39, 40, 1 and 40, 2 and 40, 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 40, 47, 48, 49, 50, 1 and 50, 2 and 50, 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 50, 57, 58, 59, 60, 1 and 60, 2 and 60, 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 60, 67, 58, 59, 70, 1 and 70, 2 and 70, 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 70, 77, 78, 79, 80, 1 and 80, 2 and 80, 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 70, 87, 88, 89, 90, 1 and 90, 2 and 90, 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 70, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105. These children are wonderful. Not big advance. At all. And I hope some of the younger ones in the house have learned how we used to count. Indeed. In primary school. Them time, you know, little children, you never have no tablet or computer to put anything on.
Slate! Slate! Slate!
You had a slate. And after every class,
Rub it on! I caught the end of sleep. When I was just as a child,
and you went into the ultimate computer and you boot it up and you tell your mother what you learned today. We need to recommend a thing called a brain. A brain for some of the present generation. I did not say the younger generation. But we have some people who love to go our lives and they never have slaves. And for all the people who never have slaves, I recommend you get a brain. So ladies and gentlemen, my name is Sarah Poole. Yes, man. This a female little boy, I may bring him come to school. Him name Sid Bartley. Him bring him sister what name Opal Farmer Adisa. Then bring them cousin what go to JCDC High School. What name Miss Curtin. Then bring a little man who go to a place that people meet regularly. When they meet in the present, we say they meet. But if they did meet yesterday, we say they met at the office. So we have some met office. So we say good evening to the man who met at the office yesterday. We welcome you, Sir Thompson. Then there is a lady who teach at the high school. At the high school you teach me? You retired? So you retired while you was teaching at the school? And you're tired again? We welcome you. Nonetheless and more before. And then we welcome another gentleman to the school. He is the senior prefect at the Excelsior Community College. His name is not less. He feel more. Feel everything, and feel some and feel the others more. Mr. Fillmore McClarty. And McCarthy. The L is not there. You see, if the L is absent, I do not want to say anything. You are the person who did stir up the controversy in 2017 about the cloth that, yes, they said they're not wearing no cloth like Miss Lou. Missy, the whole I don't know who disclaimed the cloth. Oh no, is not into it today. Yes, I have my little piece round my neck. But that is not it, Mr. McCarthy. Yes, sir, you have to give the chief, how many times again? Prefect. The senior prefect have to get his accolades. And as I look around the room, I see another teacher who come from the little theater school. We welcome Miss Gluten, little daughter. Gluten girl is here, Anya. We welcome you. Then let me see now who have I left out of the big classes. No one. We go now to Junior 1. And into Junior 1, we welcome Miss Lou's two daughters who are sitting over there. For you have daughters and you have daughters. Right, Veronica?
Yes.
Yes, that is in Junior 1. That means them born first or them born last. When you're in Junior 1, them born first. We come up to Junior 2. And we see a little girl who is very polite. Everything you give her, she said, thank you, thank you, thank you. And when you say you can't say anything else, she said, thank you, Miss Lou. So we welcome Jaja Pitney, Joan Andrea Hutchinson to the celebration. Now Now into the front there are two little children. One of them is very bright and she didn't know. They have the same. One bright and one broke bad. And that is it? That is the one who broke the cream soda bottle out the door. So every bad thing can vamoose from here. And that is why she bad rock. Everything were bad, she broke it. Then we meet the bright little sister who didn't know which poem I was talking about. Yes, Dion. And Miss Tiny Windy. Alright. Then we have other children of Miss Lou. Caroline, how Miss Lou is to have a child with gray hair? I do not understand. Marshall-Lee. I know Marshall-Lee that. What's your name? That one. Is I got the M, be quiet. I got the M. I'm Marshall-Lee well I know say she met out. But true JCDC give her an award recently. She feel like she's nothing than me and she's ignoring me. Miss Marshall-Lee, clap her. Miss Lou has some very special sons and daughters here. Wherever they go from now on in their life, they shall carry the legacy of having been students and teachers of the Louise Bennett Coverley Primary School. We welcome their culture coordinator. Oh no, me head gone. Give me the first letter. Oh, sorry. She write the whole letter. And over there is the principal, Mrs. Taylor Morgan. And the beautiful students who are going to be performing for us later on. Yes, clap them. And everyone in this room is a child of Louise Bennett. Because we are the inheritors of that for which she suffered. You don't understand that? Yes. You don't understand that? So we suffer martyrdom so that we could speak. That sounds very poetic. True, she suffer martyrdom. But martyr is very long. We are able to speak. You're supposed to clap for that. And so we are blessed. We are honored to be gathered in this space to remember. As they say in Tanzania, nakumbuka. Remember the bones scattered at the bottom of the Atlantic. Nakumbuka, those who have paid the price for what we take for granted. And in the time that we said that, the prefect has grown into a big man. And he has gone back to work at the place that he was a prefect at. And in turn, principal. And so we would like to invite the principal of the Excelsior Community College, Mr. Fillmore McCarthy, to bring official greetings. When he has finished, Miss Spirit, I ask you to walk into the silence and to do your tribute to Miss Lee, which I think is entitled Lest We Forget.
Colleagues, I really don't know where to start. presentation, recognizing that I don't have any talent, so I can't sing. I don't want to compete. So I just want to neither. What I do recall is that I was really a student of a building show back in those days. So I just want to stand there on the authority and on the expression that he gave in terms of the introduction, and I don't want to go back through it because I really could not, replace what I've done. By the way, I'm really a computer science, you see, so I don't know much about the arts. Only to remember though that my favorite program, computer science, Pascal, was written by a musician, and that is why when Ted Bwoy ensured that we had a school of the performing arts, I realized that we believe that we are creative, but the real creativity comes from our culture, and I'm very pleased that you were able to introduce it. I am to recognize Mr. Dean Roy Brumfield, principal of the high school. I'm not seeing there. Mr. Sidney Bartley, representing the Honorable Minister. Welcome, sir. As well as Miss Taylor Morgan. She's the principal of the Louis Bennett Coolidge Primary School that was mentioned earlier. Our member of Parliament supposed to join us. He's not with us as yet. As well as Professor Paul Robinson, who is the farmer, additional the chair of the Louis Bennett Coolidge Festival. I recognize Mr. Evan Thompson, who is a past student of the high school, and I want to recognize the other members, Mrs. Paulette from the Sutherland, from the JCB Parish Manager. Welcome. And to all the persons, if I didn't mention your name, it means that you're very special, and that's why you're here. So today, we're really here to celebrate the life of one of the very significant and important person that would have traversed this institution. The Excelsior Education Center really comprises our infant primary school, high school, and the community college. And today, we want to celebrate, the life of, Mrs. Louis Bennett, the Honorable Louis Bennett. I believe that actually transformed the way that we think about ourselves. When we recognize the era within which she was with us and the work that she did for us to recognize our own self-worth, for us to recognize that, as African descendants, as Jamaicans, we do have a legacy. We didn't, as Kamala Harris put it, we never dropped from a coconut tree. There were persons before us who had set the way and provided the pathway to make us where we are today. The Excelsior Community College here, as we celebrate the life of Miss Lou, 105 years old today. Here at the Excelsior Community College, we are celebrating our 50th year of existence. And so this is in fact a very good event for us to participate in and for us to continue to recognize the work that Miss Lou would have done. I want to indicate that, even with us being here this afternoon to look at the anniversary celebration, we are happy to take part in this event because we believe fully in the causes that Miss Lou supported in her decades of serving this country. As a poet, an essayist, a broadcaster, and an actress of the film, stage, radio, and television, as an advocate and passionate contributor to Jamaican culture on the national, regional, and international stage, Ms. Lou supported many of the things the Excelsior Community College now represent, as well as the Excelsior Education Complex will represent. And she always remembered where she came from in terms of the work and what she would have gained here at the Excelsior Education Center as a graduate of the high school. I think that was sometime in she graduated, nobody remembers the date when she was at high school? 1936. And the high school started in 1931. So she was one of the early students of this institution and at the North Street location. And I want to quote from think it's Professor Emeritus Marvin Morris, who summarized very well in her book of poems, and goes as follows. Her work in general promotes acceptance of Jamaican culture. It draws on the custom, belief, and language of its technology. Okay. Yes. So yes, as I was saying, let me start. Her poems be edited, and here's a paragraph that really summarizes the work of Dr. Honorable Louis Bennett. And I quote, her work generally promotes acceptance of Jamaican culture. It draws on the custom, beliefs, and the language of the ordinary Jamaicans. The issue of the Jamaican life. It is a steadily made aware of the critical and powerful gossip, one facet of our oral tradition. It exposes without shame what the Jamaican culture, things that the Jamaican persons were ashamed of. They're ashamed of being black, ridicules class and color, prejudice. But this is more frequently concerned, she tried to tackle black and self-consciousness. It expresses the pride of being black. The poems undermine the pretensions of whatever kind of dress, for example, that we would wear, the work that we would do, and the certain pretentious that of a newly independent nation that was not accepted and was sometimes ridiculed. Many of our poems suggest sympathy with the man encouraged in the struggle against the system that oppressed the larger class. And this qualified her as being one of those persons who in the early days, despite the challenges that we would have had in terms of the recognition and acceptance of the Jamaican language, Jamaican Creole, she was not afraid to express herself and to put that in writing and to enable us to be so recognized as part of our culture that's something we are not to be ashamed of. Colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, in closing, I want to congratulate the committee and the team that has really ensured that we have this event this afternoon as we celebrate the life of someone who really made a difference. And I would be one of those who want to advocate that the school should be one of our national heroes. God bless you. Please enjoy the festival.
Thank you so much. I'm Alison Purity. I'm the retired senior vice principal / acting principal of my alma mater, Excelsior High School. And this poetic tribute I wrote on September 4, 2018, because I wanted us to remember Miss Lou. So it's titled, Lest We Forget, and it's a tribute to Dr. the Honorable Louis Bennett Cooley. It was September 7, 1919, when Augustus Cornelius and his wife Karine welcomed their baby girl, them naming her Louise. We call her Miss Lou, so we can call her name with ease. Her mama, she was a dressmaker, and her papa, he was a baker. Little Louise, she called her mama Love. And when she was 7, her papa went to God above. Miss Lou, she loved to write poems and stories. At 14, she wrote her first memories, always performing for family and friends on a tram car, because we never have any Benz. And when she was little, they make the language feel small. But our mama teach her to stand up and stand tall, love the things that are through and show enough respect. We're not afraid to talk in our own dialect. The bossy people, them despise it and them criticize. But this Jamaican girl, she was oh so wise. And then even say how she chats so bad. She no pay them no mind. At that time, they get mad. She all get big scholarship to England with her. I guess them did all of the plane fare. Off to the Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts she went, and even get our own show on BBC event. We have to hear of our schools, Ebenezer and Calabar Elementary, St. Simon's, the Great Excelsior, and French College in St. Mary, because it's them that give her such a solid foundation so that now we can call her our cultural icon. Later on, she married Eric Choctaw Coverley, so named because of his amazing skill and artistry. She accomplished so much, too much to mention, teaching drama to young and old at the Jamaica Welfare Commission. At the Little Theatre Movement, she staged the pantomimes, Bluebeard and Nancy with our song Evening Time, Nancy and Pandora, Queen's Daughter and the Witch, with our longtime friend Mas Ran, the place reached fever pitch. Before her passing, she was honored by so many. Order of the British Empire Award for Excellence from Norman Manley, the prestigious Musgrave Medals of Silver and Gold, the Order of Merit and Order of Jamaica, so bright, so bold. Miss Lou, she has honorary degrees of Doctor of Letters from the UWI and York University, couldn't get any better. Jamaica appointed her cultural ambassador at large, meaning when it come on to our culture, Miss Lou large and in charge. And even when comments about her national dress were made, say it looked like a piece of tablecloth on parade. I think the person's name starts with an I, she just come on ya. Funny enough, the name rhyme with the word bandana. But it is our fault as elders. We all must teach the youth about the culture. All of them we must reach so that little mistakes like that don't take place. But no, all is forgiven in this time and space. Miss Lou's later years in Canada, they were spent, but her beloved Jamaica from her heart never went. We brought her home in 2004 to show our love, and in 2006 she flew to her Heavenly Father above. In our heart of hearts, we know she's our second heroine, though she rests peacefully beneath the grass of home so green. Her statue stands elegantly in her beloved Gordon town. Lest we forget Miss Lou, the eraser of our nation's crown.
One time, you see, there was a group, the group might still exist, called Back the Culture. Were you part of that one? And the group was intending to present Jamaican icons and heroes in the new lands. And then we used to do all kinds of things on Zoom because they existed in the COVID era. And in preparing for one of those birthday celebrations, there was a silent discussion. And the silent discussion was about what Miss Lou do, and what she never do, and what she shoulda do, and all about woulda, coulda, shoulda. Two things quieted that discussion. One, of course, is the fact that we have a right to criticize anybody. You will all talk about what God should have done and never do. And we even show God say what we could have do better. For God won't a little eyelash and we must say we don't want more. So on and so forth. So that no means that if you say something that sounds like a criticism of Miss Lou, you don't love her. But you know what I'm saying? The birthday party was not the place to raise it. When you go to a birthday party, you come to celebrate. So we are here to do what? Celebrate Miss Lou. And And in this celebration of Miss Lou, I encourage all of you, all of us, as I encourage the members of the Storytelling Association. We had a meeting earlier today which prevented us from coming to some of the activities. And we encourage ourselves to ask ourselves, what does it mean to carry the legacy of Louise Bennett? What does Louise Bennett mean to each and every one of us, beyond the marketing? Because the marketing tells us something, you know. But beyond the marketing, what does Miss Lou mean to us? What is the responsibility we have to ensure? Because we now go preach now. You see, in the Bible, some people were forced out of a land and they might go to another land. And God commanded that they must lay down stones and monuments. And somebody said, but why must we lay down stones and monuments? And the response was, so that those who come after him will ask, what this means? What this means? And if we do not lay down stones and monuments, nobody will know that they should ask, what this means? So after a while, Miss Lou will be just a name and a statue. As will Marcus Garvey be just a name and a statue. For it is sometimes beyond the physical monuments that we need to go. It is the monument of the embodiment of what they stood for that we carry. Now Miss Lou did know say rain and fall and dirty talk. But a boil and food, but no. But me now go say the whole of the poem, you know. But I think say if anybody know say rain and fall and dirty talk, it should be the weatherman. So one weatherman did go and school and Miss Lou did go to. And him have to come up here now as an embodiment, a walking monument, that when we see Mr. Evan Thompson, we say, what Miss Lou did mean to you, Mr. Evan Thompson, beyond the fact that you went to the state to exercise. So you come tell me how rain and fall and nothing to
Thank you very much, Dr. Amina. As she said herself, I consider myself blessed at having turned in at that gate in North Street. Of course, during the days when Excelsior was located in that area of Kingston. Through what Dr. Powell refers to in the Excelsior Exed story as a groundbreaking decision to encourage her writings and performances, the door was open for her to express her inner self. Boundaries constructed by those motivated only by the mandate of maintaining the status quo and ensuring that the shoes of our colonial forefathers always fit snugly to our feet were removed to allow flowers like Miss Lou to bloom. But she didn't just bloom. She allowed a myriad of pollinators to feast from her poetry, her poise, her prodigy, and her prowess to create new possibilities for the progress of this small nation, Jamaica. Many Excelsorians have come after Louise, pushing the door wider open with each passing generation, not by revolution, but by evolution. Miss Lou's connection to Excelsior did not end after her graduation, but she demonstrated her gratitude and her commitment by joining the staff of the institution in the Performing Arts program. I believe that Miss Lou has successfully legitimized the language and the culture of Jamaicans, so I have a few questions. If it weren't for Miss Lou, would the Bible Society of the West Indies have been bold enough to publish the Jamaican New Testament in 2012? If it weren't for Miss Lou, would the Court of Appeal have ruled in 2024 that Kensington Primary School not have denied access to a female student who failed to trim her dreadlocks here in 2018? If it weren't for Miss Lou, would Bob Marley have been empowered to pen the lyrics and exploit the Jamaican rhythms to make him the global reggae superstar that he is today? As past student of Excelsior, the school that has reflected in its crest the image of the eagle with eyes towards the sun as an inspiration to excel, we are expected to soar yet higher. Icons like Louise Bennett Coverley are the wind beneath our wings, providing us with the inspiration to exceed expectations and to surpass our limitations. Miss Lou, we, the past students of Excelsior High School, salute you.